Hi guys, welcome back to another edition of What's New at GPKnives this week. We've got some very fresh award winners from Blade Show Texas from the WE company, WE and CIVIVI. We also have some former Blade Show award winners in Spartan, and they've got some really cool designs that we just got in this week as well. Stay tuned, we've got a really cool selection for you this week. You're going to want to check them out. All right, so this week we're going to kick off our episode with some fresh award winners off of Blade Show Texas. Some really cool knives from WE Knife Company called the Ziffius. And these are super cool, Kich. They're a really nice button lock. Mm-hmm. It's a titanium folder. Button lock's been really popular right now, as you know. And they've got really cool design on the back there. It almost looks like an integral handle.
Yeah, I really like how they did that. So basically you have your two slabs of titanium and then they kind of cover it up with this one piece to make it look like an integral. And it goes all the way down kind of to the end cap there.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I think I've seen it on a couple knives. I've never seen it on a full titanium button lock for sure.
Gives a really neat two-tone effect.
Very cool two-tone effect, and it's also completely smooth back here, so you don't have any gap kind of pinching your hand if you're going to use this knife.
That's nice.
Overall design of this guy is great. I really like this Wharncliffe blade. I like the front finger choil. Yep. I can get in there and do some actual work. It's a really good knife if you were going to buy this and use it, which it's kind of a showy knife, but it's really good for like opening boxes, stuff like that.
Sure.
And then, of course, you have a button lock.
Really smooth bearings.
Everybody really likes that.
Yeah.
It's got thumb studs, so you can kind of deploy any way you want.
I like that.
I like that too. That's kind of my one knock on most button lock flippers, is that they kind of omit the thumb studs, so then I can't just kind of flick it out like that too.
So really, how many different ways do you have to deploy this thing? Like you're flipping it, you've got your thumb studs, and you've got the button lock. I mean,
yeah, you
fidget friendly all day, guys.
For sure. You can kind of just, I mean, like I did the product entry for this while I was typing. I was just kind of flipping it around in my other hand while I was typing. It's very easy to just sit and fidget with this guy, as are most button lock flippers. But
sure.
This one feels great. I really like the design, and I think it's an awesome addition to, I mean, WE's putting out new stuff all the time, and it's great to see something a little bit different but kind of familiar come out at the same time.
Definitely. So these are an in-house design. They're limited edition. They come in different flavors. Like this one is a black titanium, and it almost looks like you might see like some mocha tie there, but really it's just a really cool flamed titanium. It almost looks like a lightning strike going down the back of it, which is super cool. I really like that. And I like these accent of these anodizations going down the side. Like the one you just looked at has the blue. This one's got this bronze here. And they do these pivot collars on both sides, which is an awesome touch. I love that. So that's a two-tone blade on the Ziffius. Those are very nice. I think those are going to do really well.
Definitely.
So another limited edition in-house design is called the Merata. And this one is like, it's a very good-sized trailing point. It's got that kind of like humpbacked handle shape to it where it'll really fill the palm.
Yep.
You know, also 20 CV steel, same with the last ones. You know, that's usually what they use in their line these days.
Yeah, the first time I saw these was at SHOT, and they all had kind of an inlay on them. And I liked the knife. I thought it felt good. Inlays like that aren't typically my thing, so I was really kind of happy to see them come out with these. This one's kind of the more stealthy version of it.
Yeah,
it's not as flashy. It still has your pivot that's different colors, your different color hardware. But the previous ones, they had kind of this material as the clip. This one's just regular black titanium. Cool. Still hidden hardware. Still like a really cool clip.
I like that.
And then this is also just an excellent knife for EDC because of that trailing point blade. You don't get a whole lot of trailing points nowadays.
No, you don't.
Most of the time you're going to get a drop point. You don't get a whole lot it's either going to go one way or the other. It's going to drop or it's going to curve up like a Persian.
Sure.
Really good blade shape for even like, I mean, not that you're going to buy this knife and go skin a deer with it, but it's really good for that. You should try.
It could be done, right?
Yeah, try and let us know how well it works.
So those are some really cool limited editions from WE. Like I said, those are all numbered on the back. Very cool. Something else new this week is from CIVIVI, and this actually is not an in-house design. This is a Gavco design.
Yeah.
And he's known for some kind of out there wild stuff. It's called the Shiny Dogfish?
Spiny.
Spiny Dogfish.
Spiny Dogfish.
Thank you.
This guy is really cool. I like this one a whole lot. I really like the aggressive reverse tanto blade. Yeah. And then you get a compound ground blade on here too. So it does look kind of like it would be uncomfortable.
It's got that rocky texture.
Kind of looks spiny on the back too. When if you get it in your hand, all that stuff kind of goes away. And even this one kind of adds kind of like a little thumb scoop that you can kind of use. So I haven't noticed any hot spots with it. And that's saying something considering how it looks like it would be an absolute nightmare in hand. But it's not. You even get a front finger choil. You can really get up here and kind of cap the blade. It's still got some point with that reverse tanto clipped off there.
Sure.
You can kind of flick it open. You can use your thumb at the same time. So I think that a lot of times when people see like something that isn't just like a Spyderco round hole, they don't really know how to open it. This one, you just kind of get in there and open it just like you would a Spyderco.
All right, up next, guys, we've got a small group from our friends at Spartan Blades. They make the Spartan Harsey folder, which has been really popular around here since it came out. It was like 2016 overall knife of the year. Super badass, USA made knife. Love the guys at Spartan. And these are the first time we've had these 22 their 2022 designs. So it took them a while. They're a little behind, kind of like Chris Reeve. But they've got some really cool stuff. So like this one is like a flush. It's like got the cards on there.
Yeah.
For like a flush on there, and they're just getting really crazy with their laser analyzing.
They're doing a bunch of really weird stuff. Whenever I was talking to Curtis at SHOT, that's kind of what he said. He said that they're trying to get a lot more intricate with their designs, and you can really see that in these guys.
I mean, look at that koi fish.
Yeah. The koi fish, for sure, like you said, the back of this flush, that's just insane.
It really is.
A gigantic mosaic pattern.
Right.
It looks like it would take forever to design that.
For sure.
Really cool.
So you guys may have seen dragons before on our website. We have had some pretty cool ones in the past. This is a brand new version of their dragon folder, basically. He's just a little different than the ones we've had before. Still super cool. It's got a lot of crazy engraving on it. Very nice design. And finally, we have a Viking longboat, which is an amazing, basically like sea scene pitch, you know?
It's really cool. So you get the big longboat, you get like the big like shield on the front of it. And then overall, like this one's probably the most plain. On the back, you just have Till Valhalla, which is still pretty neat. And then overall, like, I mean, as far as the Spartan Harsey folder goes, like, even though these are kind of like pretty showy knives, this is like the ultimate user knife. Like, they designed this to be a field knife. So you could take this out, hard to use it.
Sure.
It's up to you if you want to buy one of these and kind of do that, but I would. I think it'd look neat to have one of these with some like real, honest, everyday wear on them. Especially the Royal Flush.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys ever get to check these out in hand before you get to buy one, I mean, they're just really nice. You can just, all you do is pick it up and you can just feel the craftsmanship in this knife. They just do such a good job on these, just all the way around, all the way down to just the screws, and you got your clip, replacement spot
got a clip
there.
insert.
Clip insert, all good stuff. So different finishes and different new designs coming in from Spartan Blades, and check them out. They're awesome. All right. And finally this week, we have got a special sprint run, basically a limited edition Spyderco SmallFly 2. Okay, this is a distributor exclusive, and the original was also a distributor exclusive, and it was out some years ago, probably like a decade or more ago. Different colors, different blade shape entirely. This is a fun and interesting kind of knife.
Yeah.
It's not like something you see every day.
No, it's definitely pretty interesting, that's for sure. I think that's how I cut myself last time. I think that it is kind of what they're trying to do is they're trying to make a balisong that's an everyday user. So you get a drop point blade instead of a more, fancy, showy looking blade. And then you get Cruwear so that you can actually use it. It's also super smooth. I'm not very good at flipping them, as previously noted by cutting myself last time. But I do think that it's pretty like a fun little fidget knife. Like you can carry this thing, you kind of flip it around, mess around with it, and then if you have to cut open a box or something, boom, you got it.
Sure. Well, they have those grooves on there. It's almost like finger grooved all the way down. So you can get a good grip on it. You can squeeze it, and you can actually use that thing.
Yeah, it fits the hand actually really well. You can get a full 4-finger grip, and it's actually pretty comfortable. I actually don't have any hot spots on this guy at all.
Yeah, it stays pretty locked up in your hand, pretty secure.
Other than, only hot spots the blade, so be careful.
Be careful with your balance.
I'm done playing.
So another sort of fidgety kind of knife. This is a cold steel engage. These came out last year, but we're getting different models through. So this is a nice one. It's real thin. It's got G10 on it, which is cool. And you have the Satin S35V and blade. So this is coming in a bunch of different variations.
Yeah, I really like what they're doing with this one. The smooth G10 feels really good. And then the lock itself is pretty interesting. So it's kind of similar to a Demco Shark lock. In theory, the way it works is a little bit different. And then it's kind of actuated a little bit different. So instead of being way up here and then this pops up, you just kind of pull it straight back and unlocks the blade. You can kind of snap it shut.
Oh, okay.
It's a very nice knife. I actually like the ergonomics on it a lot. And then it feels like it's a little bit thinner. I'm not sure if this is going to be like misinformation, but it feels a little bit thinner than the regular GRM.
I was thinking so too. I was thinking it was real thin carry. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty slim.
They slicked it up pretty good. You got a deep carry pocket clip.
S35 on the blade.
S35, you got a nice little thumb scoop up there if you have to bear down and cut something.
For sure.
Really nice little EDC knife, for sure. And then it's also kind of got that fun little fidget factor to it, too. You can kind of open and close it the same way.
Right. So Cold Steel is known for their super strong locks, and I don't think the Atlas lock is any different.
No.
I'm sure it's something that they tested to like 1,000,000 pounds or something. That's just kind of what they do.
Yeah. I'm sure
so
the
definitely be secure on the, yeah, for sure. The Atlas lock's super cool. So finally this week we are ending our segment on one of the oddest things to come through GP Knives. It is the SG.
The SG.
Or Stabby Guy from RMJ Tactical.
Short for Stabby Guy.
Yeah.
So this is basically a sharpened pry bar, but what we kind of noticed looking at it is if you look at something like an RMJ Kestrel, this is basically just the spike off of the tomahawk. So I think that the idea behind it was to give someone a nice sturdy puncture tool, and also it's a pry bar. So it's sharpened, but it's made out of 3V, so it's super tough. I can get in there, I can pop something open if I got like Jimmy a door, stuff like that. It's probably really great for cutting boxes because you have such a short little cutting edge. You can probably just rip a box right apart.
Oh, sure.
And then also it's super tough. So 3V, there's a famous video of a guy taking like an old Strider DB and he hammers it into asphalt, smacks it both ways, pulls it out, and it's absolutely fine. So this will be no different. If you had to use this as a chisel or something, it would 100% stand up to that.
Wow.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking with us today. Bunch of cool knives today, some award winners, some new stuff, some odd stuff. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the comments down below, let us know what your favorite knife from this week was. See you next week.
Take care.